Hey guys, what is going on? We are back with another map guide here, and as you can probably tell, we are taking a look at the brand new added map, which is Shipment. Now, this is a very cool addition to the game, especially if you are still trying to unlock a lot of those weapons, get some camo grinding done, weapon grinding done, XP stuff. Like, this is just a fantastic map. It's one of the best that they've ever made, but it is Shipment, and you know what to expect for the most part. But this edition actually does feature some quite neat little changes. There's a fair bit more verticality than we're probably used to seeing, like even more so than the Modern Warfare version, which actually did just have this little catwalk here. You could even run this way and then jump across here. So it did have that. But again, there are some subtle little differences here that actually do make this quite interesting. I think this is a good addition to the game, as well as a good version of Shipment. So as we normally do, we are going to start off with the flags. We got the sea flag, which is of course on this side near the crane. You probably know this by now. You know what is going on with it. There's a plover over there. There's a little bird doing a little squawk. In, of course, the middle of the map is the B flag. You can expect this. You can see that little bit there. You can see that bit. Yeah, you know what's going on with the B flag. And then, of course, the A flag as well, all the way over near this truck as well. Again, you know what's going on with the flags here. So something kind of goofy that I actually wanted to point out here is that in this little bunker thing near the B flag, there's actually an explosive barrel here. This barrel in particular, caution, do not key transmitter when refueling a vehicle. Basically, this will blow up. So if you do walk in here for the first time and you're just the first person in here, nobody's really gone in here yet, and you chuck a grenade in here, this will blow up. So it will likely kill anybody who is in here. So just keep this in mind. If you are hiding in here, somebody chucks a grenade in there, you're in a little bit of trouble there. Moving around to this side, this is probably one of the more interesting things that I have found. If you are finding yourself in gunfights on this area of the map and you do want to actually try and push somebody who is, say, sitting on that Jeep, for example, most of the people will either run this side and try and actually pick a gunfight or win that gunfight, or they will pick up over the top, which for the most part, you are a fairly easy kill. Now, what you can actually do is you can go outside of the map. Because this is a relatively small map, it does actually have a fence that you can jump over. Now, if we were to just go like that and sprint around the outside, that is a much faster way. You actually have full control of your gun. You don't have to leap over anything. You don't have to jump over anything. You just have to basically have your gun out and sprint across and get ready for a gunfight. Because in typical Call of Duty fashion, you are not looking at the bounds of the map. You are not looking outside of this area for people. So if somebody does actually come from this side, you're very unlikely to just sort of notice and actually get a kill on them. Typically, you aren't really supposed to be expecting people to come from outside of the map. Now, they might actually end up changing this because it is actually very powerful to just be able to go, yep, and sprint on the outside and get an easy kill. It works both ways. So again, that is a very useful little tip there. You can actually just go on the outside and get an easy kill with, especially with a shotgun or even SMG or something like that. Get a kill on somebody who is on the little Jeep here and just get a nice, easy kill and then push up into the A flag area. And you do have control of this bit, all from running on the outside of the map. It's actually a very cool little tip here. Again, as you can probably tell, there is a lot of destruction on this map. And once the bombs start dropping, grenades start dropping, kill streaks start coming in, all these boards and stuff disappear very quickly. So these aren't going to last for long, but if you do actually get like up here initially, you do have a little bit of cover. People can still see you from areas like this, but again, you are in a little bit more cover than you're probably expecting, which is actually quite nice. Again, you can jump up into this area here, and again, you can jump across here like you could in Modern Warfare, but again, you can actually jump across here as well. I don't believe you could do this in Modern Warfare. And then you can actually jump over here, you can jump over here, and you can actually jump in this one as well. I think that might be an explosive barrel, I'm not 100% sure. But once you do blow it up, all of the cover in this area will be gone. And this is more of a surprise tactic. You can surprise at least 1 or 2 people with this, and then you'll probably have to move because again, you are very exposed. You're literally just sitting on top of a crane and just waiting for people to come and shoot you. Interestingly enough, you can actually corner trap people in here. Like if you see somebody is spawning here, sometimes you just can't push past people in this game for whatever reason. And again, if you are seeing somebody, you can actually get a nice little corner trap on them, which is pretty goofy here. It's a nice little fun thing that you can do in this game. Another little tip on the outside of the map is actually very cool. You can just go like this and jump up and then jump back in. And again, you can take people out who are sitting on the barrels here, just sort of looking in the conventional angles because they won't really expect you to jump up that way. You can also do it like this as well. You can sort of just edge out on the outside and come up on top. This is a little bit of a better spot as you do have, especially when the box is still intact. If you do this off the spawn, you can actually get out here very easily and you get a nice little spot. And you can get a quick kill and then move into the more safe, regular areas of the map and just try and take people out who are coming across this area. So again, just check the outside of the maps, man. If you do see people that are regularly jumping out here, you might actually have to change the way you're playing and just sort of expect people to come this way because it will happen quite frequently once people know about this. I've seen a lot of people using it, but still a lot of people don't know. You get easy kills when people are just sort of sitting in this area here and you jump over the top, easy kills. Again, you can jump up onto this area here with the barrel, jump up into this area. Again, once the grenades and the bombs start dropping, man, this cover is going to be disappearing pretty much immediately. But at the start of the game, it is actually quite a good little bit of cover. And again, you can jump all the way across here, and you can do a nice little run out and try and take somebody out who is on maybe the C flag sitting back here. They haven't sort of worked out what's going on in the game yet. A nice little run out there as well. As you can probably expect here, there is a lot of the normal lines of sight here. There is actually a box sitting on top of this, which is fairly interesting, but it is breakable, so you can have the regular line of sight all the way back into there. And of course, the regular one that you can see over there as well. And again, this is a fairly standard line of sight on this map. Again, then get that out of the way, and you got a nice clear sight picture. You can even pick off people who are coming out of this shipping container. As you probably have noticed, unlike Modern Warfare's ones, the shipping containers on the outsides are actually angled, which is quite beneficial, so it isn't literally just 4 corners of the map and you can just aim down it the whole time. There's a little bit more variety here. And again, you can actually jump up on this one as well. You can actually take on the outside of this part of the map as well, which is a little bit unusual, but it is, again, quite useful if you do want to get a specific kill. Say somebody is sitting in this area here on the Jeep and they're sort of tunneling down this area, or even through this area here. You basically just have to get up here, jump up, do a little jump. Again, very easy when this cover is still intact, not so easy when sort of the grenades and the bombs stop dropping. So you can sort of sneak on the outside, get a nice little kill on them, and then move up. And then you can even keep going on your run and just keep going on the outside, and then get a nice little kill on somebody who is sitting over in this side. Yeah, so again, just know that you can run on the outside of this map. You got like 2 or 3 seconds before you actually time out. And even if you get the angle right, you can sit on top of the fence and not actually trigger the death zone. So that's kind of interesting there. I do like this addition to Shipment. So another little interesting line of sight that you can see here is once the bombs start dropping, the grenades start getting thrown around, even we use an ammo box to blow this up, you actually have a fairly nasty line of sight all the way back into there. As you can probably tell, you played this map before. A lot of people do sit in here, back here, and just sort of wait for people to come to them. If they get these boxes out of the way, which do just blow up again, you can get rid of that bucket as well. Again, you can see all the way back there. This is a nice spot for you to look through if you are sitting in here. But if you are trying to get a grenade on people who are in there, or just even a nice headshot on somebody who is sitting behind those barrels, that angle there with the destructible environment is actually very beneficial for that kind of thing. And you can even toss a grenade through there. It's a little bit tricky if you're using a gammon bomb because you will probably hit the bars and the railings and stuff like that. But if you do manage to sneak a grenade through there, it is quite beneficial. Again, on the Jeep line of sight, you've probably seen this before. You can see that box there. You can even shoot that out of the way. Again, just trying to block off these slightly along the lines of sight. But again, once grenades and kill streaks start dropping, everybody gets that gunfire going. These are getting out of the way very quickly. And you do have a more clear sight picture a lot of the time. But again, this is a very, very clear sort of optic that you can see sort of over towards the barrels. People are always spawning over there. There is actually a spawn in this area here. I've been in a pretty nasty spawn trap that was basically saw me spawning here. And somebody was, I believe, sitting here. And then they were sitting there as well. So you'd either spawn here and then you die. Or you would spawn over here, I believe it was. And then you die again. So it's just a little rough. So if you do end up getting caught in a spawn trap like that, there's really not much you can do. Once the enemy starts sorting out those nasty, nasty spawn traps on you, there's not really an awful lot you can do to sort of break out of it. You can toss your grenades, you can try and get a pick and then sort of push that area to make it a little bit easier for your teammates to sort of get ground in the game. But again, once that starts happening, it's probably worth just leaving the game because it's probably not going to get any better. Again, if you see a wooden platform in this map, it is a destructible environment. For the most part, like the boxes and stuff obviously aren't destructible, but if it looks like this, you can shoot through it. You can shoot through a lot of this stuff here, man. Like a lot of this stuff is very shoot throughable, apart from this one as well, and I believe the other side is very similar. And then the wooden container that is this one here, and I believe you can't shoot through any of this stuff there, but you can shoot through the stuff up there. Ooh, that is a barrel that is going to blow up. So again, once those barrels do start blowing up, as you can see, this destructible environment stuff does go away very quickly. But again, you can do a little punch hole here and get a nice line of sight, assuming that somebody doesn't know that you're up here. You can get a nice couple of kills on them, but again, once you do start realizing that people are up there, you should definitely move because that's not going to last forever on this map. But again, thankfully, again, with Shipment and a small addition to the game, the map guides aren't too difficult to make on these. We are looking forward to very much making these map guides on a lot of the more complicated maps of the game. Again, you can spawn back here. If you are sitting in this area here, man, like, somebody can spawn behind you if you're sitting there, so just keep that in mind. But again, fortunately, these maps aren't too complicated at the start, especially the smaller ones, so the map guides are very, very cool, very, very fun to make, especially on Shipment, where there's a little bit of a change up to how we have seen previously, especially with being able to run on the outside this time. So again, thank you very much for watching this one. If it did help you out at all, make sure you do leave a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Also, let me know which map you do want to see me make a map guide on very, very soon, and I will definitely get around to doing it. So again, thank you very much for watching this one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!